Hi everybody. I've had problems in the past trying to get the fuel filters out of old Honda petrol tanks. The first time I tried it, I tried to use pliers and wreck the filter, and then I worked out a method which worked. So here we are again with an old Honda petrol tank, and I'm going to try and get the fuel filter out of here. So what I need is, or have used in the past, is a piece of emery cloth as rough as I have, which is 120 grit, a hammer, an enormous screw, and swing round a big adjustable spanner. So I'm going to screw up the 120 grit sandpaper, slide it up inside the filter, trying to get purchase on it with the big screw, grab the bottom of the screw with the adjustable spanner, and then try and tap the filter out. And it's worked before, we shall see if it works this time. So I'm just going to set that up and we'll have a little go. So I've rolled a piece of this emery up into a tube shape. That then gets pushed up inside here. I'll try and force that further, and then I'll screw the screw up inside the emery till it has a good purchase, and then try and tap the filter out. We shall see how I get on. So here we have the screw up right inside the filter now, as far as it will go. And if it screws in too easily, you may have to bring the sandpaper out, emery out, and put more in, so you have a right, nice, tight sort of kind of purchase on the inside of the filter. Because when you start tapping this adjustable with the hammer, the screw will just pull out if it's not tight enough up within the filter. So I'm going to tap that now and see how I get on. Wow, I must have hit this 20 times now, but it is starting to move, as you can see. This is rough. If you've seen any other of my videos, rough, that's where I hang my hat. Anyway, we'll keep going with this. This is well out now, and you can start to see the gauze part of the filter rather than just the plastic tube. These things are about 6 or 7 inches long from past experience, and they don't give up easily. So here we are, the filter's out, and by unscrewing the screw now and taking out the sandpaper, there's no damage done. It can be cleaned up, this tube can be smoothed out a little bit, and then it should be able to be used again. It saves having to try and source a new one, and it saves chewing up the tube inside the tank and giving yourself a real problem. So I hope if you've had a similar problem, this video has been of some help. Thanks for watching. One final thing that I've noticed is that within the filter up here at the top is a rubber bung, and that rubber bung, as far as I'm aware, should sit here in the centre in this plain part, because I think that the tube within, or attached should I say, let me just show you, to the fuel cock sits up inside. And for normal tank use, it draws through this part of the filter, and then when you go on reserve, it draws through the bottom of the filter. So the tube that's attached to the fuel cock down there sits up inside through the rubber bung and projects up to this part here. So drawing from here, the normal tank, here from reserve. So that bung up here, which I've pushed in by being a bit cack-handed and screwing my screw in far too far, will have to be moved down somehow to here. So that's something worth thinking about as well. I pulled that little rubber seal, I was calling it a bung, but it's more of a seal. Pulling it out now, it seems to sit almost at the top of this tube. Normal tank gets pulled out of here, reserve will get pulled somewhere out of there, and when I reassemble this, I'll have to sit something like that. I've assembled this now, and it's kind of focused there, but what you can see is the white tube runs up inside the filter, the black washer, whatever you'd like to call it, sits just up into the plain part, When you select normal tank, it draws from this part of the filter. When you select reserve, it draws from the bottom part of the filter. There's a little seal in there that seals against the base of the threaded boss on the tank. And that should work properly now. I used the plastic tube on the tap to push the little rubber seal up to where it belongs, and then I put a little spot of grease on the end of the plastic pipe so that it would slide up inside the seal and not move the seal further up inside. So doing something similar to that should let you put yours back together properly too. Thanks for watching again.